So the PlayStation Classic was announced, well, few hours ago. I mean, I was sleeping, and I woke up, I checked my phone, and all of a sudden, PlayStation Classic? That's a thing? That's gonna happen? Well, I'm excited, because it's coming this year, and I don't think anyone was really expecting it, because we get a whole wave of classic systems with the NES Classic, SNES Classic. I think people were expecting a Game Boy Classic or 64, you know, because we got the Neo Geo one, we got a million Genesis classics, so I think people was kind of expecting something not PlayStation Sony related. So I'm super excited about this. Now it's coming out December 3rd, which is also the release of Smash Bros, which is kind of interesting. Maybe they're trying to combat potential sale loss, I guess. I don't know. As far as we know, though, that they're not going to do PlayStation Battle Royale 2, because this is going to be their counter to Smash Bros. That will be for $99.99. That is $100, so that's a bit more pricey than SNES Classic, but I think everyone will be fine, because the games are going to be, you know, obviously CD-based. You're going to be running better, so you're getting more powerful games on this console, this mini console. That will be HD, which is great. So you have a lot of these games that, hopefully a lot more of the rare games that will be on it, so people can play not just, you know, a million of the same games that's going on. Now, there's going to be 20 games on it, so it's going to be one less than the SNES Classic, but again, these are bigger games, so I kind of expect that. In which they've only announced 5, which is Final Fantasy VII, which is, you know, the big one, Jumping Flash, which is a first-person platformer, Ridge Racer Type 4, which is, you know, a fun driving game, Tekken 3. Personally, I have more experience with Tekken 2, but this is a good addition nonetheless. And Wild Arms, which is a Western-themed RPG, so that's kind of neat. Now, I'm going to go ahead and speculate on the other 20, because, well, I'm already doing a video on this right now. So there's a lot of obvious choices, but, you know, I gotta cover them all. Spyro, you know, which is with the remakes coming out, this is obvious addition. Now, I don't expect them to be, you know, Spyro 1, 2, and 3, and, you know, every single type of all the games. So I do hope at least the first game I would be happy with. So Spyro 1, Crash Bandicoot, another obvious pick. And again, I'd prefer the first game. And the Crash Team Racing, now obviously I was just saying how I don't want multiples of the same game, but this is different. This is like a fun party racer, you know, like Mario Kart. And everyone loves Crash Team Racing. That's like a very popular game on the PlayStation. And then we got Symphony of the Night. This one I would absolutely love to have on it, because, you know, it's a game that's up there in price. Now, you can get it on the PlayStation Store, but I would absolutely love to have this on, you know, somewhat the original console. You know what I mean. The Metal Gear Solid, obviously another obvious pick. Now, these are all obvious picks, but again, I'm going over them. Metal Gear Solid would be a great addition, because it's, well, it's a fun stealth game. Medieval. This is the game I personally could live without, but I know Sony kind of likes bringing it up now and again, as well mentioned on, like, you know, PlayStation 3 with PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Next up is Resident Evil. Now, it's kind of split between Resident Evil 1 and 2, so it could be either one of those. I do think that you need some sort of horror representation on the PlayStation 1, because that was kind of a big deal with the console, for it being able to pump these games that really pushed the genre to a new light. Then Street Fighter Alpha 3. Now, I would love Mortal Kombat Trilogy, or some other Mortal Kombat game. I mean, obviously, I'm too much to pick from between, like, Mythology, Special Forces, and a port of MK3. But knowing how all these companies love to rather push Street Fighter, because it's a bit more family friendly, Street Fighter Alpha 3 is really the only, like, big one that comes out from Street Fighter on the original PlayStation. So kind of have to go with that. And obviously, I would love to have, you know, a 2D fighter on, and that kind of fits that. Now, 14 is a game I don't anticipate to be on there, but I would 100% want this to be on there, and that's Klonoa. Now, I love the Klonoa series. You may have heard me mention it a couple times in some videos here and there, but Klonoa is a very rare PlayStation game. It's definitely over $100. Obviously, you can get it on the PlayStation Store, as you can with most of these. Like Symphony of the Night, I would love to have a more not download-only copy of the game, which would be fantastic, and more people need exposure to the Klonoa series, because it's really a dead series that should come back, because it would be great, other than, the Wii remake. And 15 is Xenogears. This is RPG. Now, if you asked me a few years ago, I would never have put this on this list personally. But considering the whole success of the Xenoblade series, I definitely see Xenogears getting representation on the PlayStation Classic. Next is Final Fantasy Tactics. Now, there's a lot of other Final Fantasy games to be released on the PlayStation, between the Final Fantasy Classic Collection and Final Fantasy VIII. But Tactics is a kind of a different type of Final Fantasy game, kind of like how Crash Team Racing is to Crash, where it offers new gameplay styles, and it's just a fun experience all around. Then Tomb Raider, whichever Tomb Raider you want to pick on there. I don't think Tomb Raider holds up very well, but it's definitely a PlayStation staple. Now, Parappa the Rapper, that's one that's really, you would put on as, because a lot of these games have been kind of like darker games or similar staples, but Parappa the Rapper it's fun, it's bright, and it's putting that on PlayStation Classic would definitely liven things up a little bit, I would think. Same thing with the next one, which is Ape Escape. That's another PlayStation Classic, because this isn't a list of me just saying, oh well, they totally should put Floating Runner and Street Racer, and while that'd be like a weird list for me to have, I'm trying to be somewhat accurate, because it would be cool if we saw the entire list later and I'm just seeing be like, I called it. Yeah. So yeah, Ape Escape. And then the last game was kind of hard, because there's a lot of games for PlayStation could add. But I'm going with Twisted Metal 2. Just add another car game in there. And this one's more of a battling kind of game. So it's different from Crash Team Racing or Ridge Racer. And everyone loves just going in Twisted Metal and just destroying everyone and everything. And Twisted Metal 2 can definitely fulfill that condition. Now, some honorable mentions would be Soul Edge for another 3D fighter. I think this one has a better chance of getting on there, if not, taking place over something like Klonoa. And also Wipeout 2097 for another racing game, or Tomba for another platform. I think those also have a chance of getting added on. It depends on what ratio of genres they want on the PlayStation Classic. I kind of went with more staple games, kind of more personalized list, a little bit, just a tad. So what do you all think about this? Are you excited for PlayStation Classic? Do you plan on getting it? Do you think it's going to be hard to find? And what games do you want on it? Or what games you expect to be on it? Just leave in the comments below and let me know, because I love to hear your all voices digitally speaking. So I'm very excited for this. I'm recording this first thing I'm waking up, so if I sound like shit, that's probably why. So December 3rd, that's going to be a big day. So until then, hope you enjoy this topical punch. Drink it all in, man. And I'll see you all later. Have a nice day.